guys, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well and are doing good. I know I said my next video was probably going to be like a makeup one or whatever, but I had a little bit of extra time today, so I decided to just read you a little something, I guess, for a couple of minutes because I have to go do homework. But yeah, so today I'm not wearing any retainers because, or I am, but I just don't have them on at the moment because I ate a little snack right now because I just got home, and I'm gonna put them back on after I brush my teeth and do my skincare. But today I basically just went to the gym, and then I went to the gym in the morning, and then I came home and I got ready, and I went out with a coworker, or like an old coworker, I guess you could say, because I don't work at that place anymore. But I went out with him, and we had some coffee and some food, which was nice because, yeah, it's just good to have like a little friend, like from work still, I guess. But no, it was cool. And I also went to the shopping mall because I needed to return something or exchange something for a bigger size because the dress that I got was like, it fit me a little bit tight. So the plan was to go and get it like exchanged for like one size up, but they didn't have it there. But I ended up getting more stuff anyway, and even a shirt for my mom, so it was nice. I didn't completely waste my time there, which was good. And then I just came home like about half an hour ago. I think it's about to be half an hour. But yeah, that's why I'm all like, not like I have makeup on. I look very different than when I don't have makeup on yet. But essentially, yeah. So today I'm gonna speak in a soft-spoken voice again. I hope it's okay. I don't have the mic adapter, and I don't have the mic because I still can't find it. I don't have the mic at the moment, like I said. So I feel like if I whisper, then it's not gonna sound as good. So I'm gonna do soft spoken, and yeah, I hope it sounds somewhat decent. And if not, let me know so I can improve and get better at it. So today I'm gonna be reading you a recipe from a recipe book. It's called I Love Macarons. I don't know if the title thing is gonna be backwards because I know one time it was, but I hope it's not backwards. But if it is, I'm sorry. Bear with me. But yeah, so it says I love macarons. And in the back, it has some macarons, just like in the front. It says, "Surprise! I made these just for you." I have trouble distinguishing where the mic is sometimes on my iPad, and I'm pretty sure it's here at the very end, near the recording button. And if it isn't, then I'm gonna try it first. This is my second time filming this because my brother came in the room first time. And then I told him that I was making nice for video. He was just like, and he was like, okay, I'll let you know. So he left me alone, which is good. You can see myself in the That's kind of funny. Okay, it says, admit it. You adore macarons. How can you resist little polka dot confections, colorful sweet treats with that melt on your tongue texture? As versatile, flavorful, and beautiful as cupcakes, macarons are simply almond paste and sugar, baked into a cookie that is a little crispy, a little chewy. Hear voices. I'm afraid someone's gonna come. Maybe it's me. Okay, sorry. It says, where did I leave off? But the secrets of making perfect macarons have long eluded home bakers until now. In I Love Macarons, renowned Japanese pastry maker Hisako Okita brings her extensive experience to the art of baking macarons in this step-by-step guide. I Love Macarons will teach you to make these delectable confections at home, using ordinary baking equipment, including the toaster oven, and totally accessible ingredients. Full color photographs illustrate every step, putting macaron perfection at your fingertips. Learn how to bake perfectly round, smooth domed cookies into the perfect little foot, or pied. Pied. There's a wide range of recipes for tasty jammy fillings and smooth buttercreams in bright colors to hold your pretty cookies together. Here are the flavors you long for: raspberry, caramel, chocolate, and pistachio. Get exotic and try matcha, green tea. Matcha is green tea. Sesame seed or kinako. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Roasted soybean. The endless possibilities will keep you craving more. At last, find your true love with I Love Macarons. So that is the that's that. I personally have not baked macarons. I've baked many other stuff before. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I like to bake, so I've baked my fair share of stuff. Like, for example, I've baked red velvet cupcakes. I've made like a mini red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting. I've baked cinnamon rolls, muffins, banana bread, pumpkin bread, candy corn cookies, but they didn't taste like candy corn. They were just like your typical sugar cookies, but they were like orange, white, and yellow, and they were like triangle shaped. It was a whole process. And then I've also baked cinnamon rolls. Did I say cinnamon rolls? I don't know, but I baked cinnamon rolls. And then I also baked 2 pumpkin pies. I think it was 2 years ago. Oh, I think it was 2 years ago. I baked one for my family, and then I baked one for my brother's girlfriend and her family. Yeah. And then I baked a lot of stuff, is essentially what I'm trying to say. But I haven't attempted or dared myself to try macarons because it's a very detailed and extensive process that I'm kind of nervous to try, because if you guys don't know yet, and I think I'm going to talk about it here when I read it, but when you mix the batter, you're supposed to fold it, which, if you guys are into baking, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, when you fold batter, when you mix the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients, you have to grab a spatula, and when you mix them, you have to mix them little by little. So you take your spatula and you just fold it. You basically just do this hand movement motion, like every time that you're incorporating the ingredients together. So that is to allow a little bit, less, or I forget if it's less or more air into the batter, but it's one of those, something to do with air, basically. It's to make the batter more fluffy and not as dense. So when you bake it officially, it rises up nicely, and it's puffy and airy, and it has a soft middle. That's essentially what it is. It's more common in folding batter with breads and cakes than it is with cookies, because cookies, obviously, they're more condensed, and yeah. But with breads and cakes, for example, it has to be more light, so that's why I kind of don't try it, and because I'm afraid of messing up the batter. And it is common, and a lot of people say that when you first bake macarons, you're not gonna them right, so I'm kind of afraid of that. But yeah. And yeah. So, also, I'm wearing my Las Vegas shirt. Hold on. I have no idea if it's gonna be backwards or not, but yeah, it is Las Vegas. My friend gave it to me, so hi Paul, if you're watching this. I don't think you are, but maybe I'll one day tell you about my channel. But if my friend Paul gave it to me. He went to Vegas with his friends and he gave it to me. He's a very nice guy. But yeah, shout out to him. Anyways, yeah. So like picking macaron is kind of like iffy for me. And then there's also this thing where you have to do. I think let me flip to the part that I'm talking about so you guys know what I mean. I think it's called macaronage. Yeah, it's called macaronage. Let me talk about it. Oh, there's so many. Okay. There's so many pages on this thing. But I don't know. Okay, yeah. So, again, I don't know if it's backwards, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna be reading this. So, for example, it says macaronage. It's called MACARONAGE. Macaronage. I think that's how you pronounce it. It says macaronage equals a term for mixing flour and meringue to make macarons. And that's the thing too. Meringue, if you guys are aware of what that is, it's essentially just egg whites beaten together until stiff peaks form. And stiff peaks are like when you're mixing it in with a whisk or like a hand mixer, whatever. You know that you reach stiff peaks because the batter lifts. Like you like the meringue, the egg whites lift up, and then you flip the whisk over, and that little peak of like the meringue, I think it flips. I think it flips over once, or it doesn't. No, it doesn't flip. It does not flip. Never mind. I'm sorry. It doesn't flip. So if the stiff peaks, if the meringue like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. So if you're mixing the meringue and the egg whites if you're mixing the egg whites to get meringue, and you grab your whisk and you lift up the meringue now that you've beaten up, and the tip of the meringue stays pointy and still, it doesn't fall off the whisk, then you've reached stiff peaks. That's how you know. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, if the little tip falls over, that's called soft peaks. I think so. I think so. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Let's keep going. So it says, no, that's kind of boring. It says conversions. I don't like conversions. I don't like math. Okay, it says preface. It says, macarons. Their white, pink, yellow, green, and various other color combinations in their round dome-like shape make them charming. The sweet, crispy texture of the puffs and the thick cream between them add a rich harmony to this delicate pastry. It is the type of pastry that makes you so happy when you receive it as a gift that you are bound to say, wow, how cute they are. Several years ago, macarons may not have been popular in many countries. They were often placed in corners of pastry shops' display shelves. Now, macarons are popular. One can find many lovely macaron shops or buy these pastries in coffee shops. In some shops, macarons are displayed on the top shelf counters as if to show off the skill of their bakers. In this book, I have tried to create some recipes for baking superb macarons at home. After going through many trials, such as trying to figure out how to make the little foot of the macaron, or how to or how not to crack the pastries, I finally came up with recipes that anyone can make. I also used ordinary equipment and utensils for preparing the ingredients, such as simple cookware and a regular oven, so that anyone can give the recipes a try. When you start making macarons, you might fail several times, but don't give up. You will certainly be successful when you learn the secrets for mixing the paste, knowing the timing for drying, mastering the characteristics of the oven, and more. These small and cute macarons have a variety of flavors and colors that make them perfect as gifts. For that reason, I also have presented some ideas for easy gift wrapping. I hope you enjoy macarons not only at tea time, but also on Christmas, Valentine's Day, and other special occasions. The three major ingredients for making macarons are ground almonds, powdered sugar, and egg whites. Here are some pictures of them. Soft and moist filling. Cute pastry shapes. I'm trying to get a thumbnail from the video itself instead of like taking a picture and then posting it. But we'll see. You guys know like those YouTube videos where like people are filming and then they like do a pose in the middle of the video and they're like, thumbnail, this is for my thumbnail. Yeah, I'm basically trying to do that. Maybe I'll. Okay. And then it says stylish gifts. At my place that I used to work at, they have macarons because they make everything from scratch. Like, they sell cakes and cookies and macarons there too. And they have their own pastry kitchen, and they make everything from scratch. Gelato too. They make the gelato from scratch too. So it was always in each hour, or like at the end of each shift, they have to come and like replenish the gelato that we like scooped out during the day. And then also if we like run out of like cakes or cookies or macarons, whatever, we have to call them, and then we have to ask them like if we can get a little bit more, and then we have to go based on when they will be ready. So every time that they would come by and like do their daily duties with us at the cafe shop, I would like always like ask them questions about baking, and like I'd be like, what did you guys work on today? And then I feel like they would get annoyed because I was like the only one very interested in what they did, and I was like trying to learn like some tips, I guess. So, but yeah, that's a little story time. It says, which one do you like best? Super cute. If you guys ever get a chance to try macarons, I really suggest that you do, because it's become one of my favorite desserts. And they're just so nice. Like, I could honestly eat like a lot of them at once. Anyway, it says delicious toppings. It says part 1, making macaron batter. There are 2 methods for making macaron batter, and each produces a different texture. The most common method is to make meringue first and then mix it with almond powder. The other method is to mix Italian meringue and almond powder. This book also presents 2 methods for coloring and flavoring the batter. One method calls for adding the colors or flavors to the almond powder. The other method is to add them to the meringue. Excuse me. Major ingredients for making macaron batter. You will need ground almonds, powdered sugar, and flavorings that do not contain cornstarch. Pay attention to the ingredients on the package when you buy powdered flavorings, because the powder that contains cornstarch does not work well for making the macaron batter. And then it lists like all the ingredients that you need. So I don't think I'm gonna read all of them because I'm 20 minutes in and I don't want to make this a very long video because I also need to know, but I want to give you guys like some tingles, I guess. Ingredient 1 is the 4 ingredients, I guess, is egg whites, ground almonds or almond flour or meal, powdered sugar, and other ingredients. And then this one says, patterned or cube flavoring that contains little moisture, like hazelnut, dried raspberry, etc., is mixed with almond powder, whereas flavoring with moisture, like natural colorings and food colorings dissolved in water, is mixed with a meringue. So again, like, you have to separate like the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. And then this is the equipment and utensils for making the batter. And then this one says sifter. Right, does it sifter? No, that's a strainer. I'm reading this backwards. And then this one says baking mats, kitchen scale, and pastry bag and tip. This one is measuring cup, mixing bowl. This is hand mixer, and this is spatula. Okay, you know what? I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm not gonna read you a macaron recipe. I'm just gonna read you a banana shake recipe that's in the back of this book, and it's kind of short. So, banana shake. Banana shakes probably remind you of a taste from the good old days. The nutritional value is increased with the combination of bananas, egg yolks, and milk. So 1 glass is enough to drink for a quick breakfast. Egg yolks and banana shakes? Well, I am sorry, but I am not making this. Ingredients, and it makes 1 glass. 1 egg yolk, 1 teaspoon granulated sugar, in parentheses, more or less to taste, close parentheses. 3/8 of a cup, parentheses, 3.4 ounces / 100 milliliters, close parentheses, milk. Half of a banana, 2 to 3 ice cubes. Step 1. Put all the ingredients in a blender. Blend well and then pour into a glass. Note: you can use strawberries or chocolate syrup instead of bananas to make the sweet and tasty shake. Wonderful. You know, one thing that I've always wanted to make is creme brulee. Yeah. And, you know, the funny thing is, it kind of reminds me of flan, which, if you guys have had flan, as a Latina, flan is like a must-have for birthdays. For example, do you guys know what flan is? Okay, flan is essentially just like a custard, and custard is made from egg yolks. So they put a little bit of gelatin, I think, in the egg whites, and then they obviously put more ingredients like vanilla and like caramel, whatever. And then they just like freeze it, so like it's like a little bit jiggly. It's a little bit jiggly. But it's good. It's good. It's like pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it. And my mom's like asking me if I want like a cake, like a tres leches cake, which is a 3 milks cake in Spanish. In Mexico, it's like very common. And I don't know what other parts of the world, but it's a very moist cake. It's a very wet cake. So, the pastry shop that we usually get our cakes from, they usually put like tres leches cake on top, and then they put the flan at the bottom. So it's like a 2-tiered cake, but 1 tier is cake, and then the bottom, and then the second tier is like flan. And I love it. It's like my favorite type of cake. So my mom's like asking me if I want that for my birthday, or if I want just the separate cake, like the pure 3 milks cake, and then like a separate flan, like, so 2 items, but it's completely separate. And I said no. I said I want the three milk cake with the flan on the bottom because it's pretty good. And that way, like, you get a little bit of everything, but you're not getting 2 slices. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I zoned out. But I really hope this was kind of relaxing. I think it was more like a ramble than it was a recipe reading video. But let me know if you guys want to hear more videos like this in the future. And then sometime this week I will film another video of me doing my makeup. And I will be posting that early next week. Because I'm filming this on a Wednesday night. And I want to post it on Wednesday night because I really don't like saving videos for later. Because I'm like weird like that. I just like to post them when I make them. And I don't really edit my videos, but you know, I should start. Or actually no, I'm lying. I am gonna edit this video. But yeah, I hope it was relaxing. I hope the sounds were okay. Again, I'm like working on getting a mic or finding my mic and then finding an adapter to put on my iPad. So, yeah, and again, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and we'll go from there. Alright, well, you guys have a great rest of your morning, your night, your evening, your afternoon, whatever you are, I guess. And then I will see you in the next video. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. And then I will also put my Instagram and my social media in my bio. But yeah. And then let me know, again, anything that you guys want to say to me. I will take constructive criticism very well. But don't be too mean.